Hey, what's up, y'all? Man, I am very tired. I got to sleep real late last night and still had to get up early, and probably got to do it again tonight. But like I said in the group, I should be fully back by by Tuesday. I got to catch up on some sleep over the weekend and stuff. Transition has just been really rough. But anyway, good morning. Hopefully you guys are doing well and getting ready for this big altcoin run we're about to have soon. I think it's coming soon. So um just really bullish. Like I said, I see this is not even alpha and it's not just my point of view, but see a lot of people talking about how some people were like upset about missing the altcoin run. I mean, not sorry, not the altcoin run, but the some of the AI run or whatever. Number one, I think AI is going to run all cycle, and like I said, a lot of these plays are made up, and you know, it's not like talking about a particular project, but a lot of these, as I always say, I talk about perspective on my channel. All the perspective stuff I've already said, people are just now starting to say, watch out for some of these projects. Some of them, y'all, if you've been here, you know what I've been saying. So now other people are saying it, but and saying that's why people missed out on some of the AI run. But at the same time, also just be in a position for the narratives that are coming up or just the projects that are coming up, because a lot of people are talking about how certain narratives are going to run at certain times, and I know that's how the cycle usually works, but I think a lot is going to change this time that people, just like I said, once the narrative starts, I think it's going to continue to run. So it's not going to be a thing where you're like, it's just going to completely fall off. I keep saying I think AI is going to run the entire cycle. Once gaming really pops, it's going to run the entire cycle. As we can see, RWA is really getting crazy. Looking more into that and deep in as well. I know this seems like four narratives, but I really believe all of them are going to run. They all have like high catalysts and different events that could propel them, and just more adoption this cycle. Like, I mean, DeFi was cool, but for last cycle, DeFi summer, the DeFi cycle we had, but DeFi wasn't something that could. I mean, obviously it ran a lot of people that made money, but like I always bring to the attention, like linear finance that I was holding last cycle at the beginning and thinking it was going to do these crazy numbers. It was actually to me one of the best DeFi projects last cycle, but it's only still did a 15x. It like ran for a little bit, then it just kind of like got quiet and nothing happened to it. Um, so DeFi was new for crypto, and layer twos, and even still really Ethereum, if you want to be honest. Um, so even though that stuff was new and fresh, it just wasn't attractive enough to hold the attention. It's like, okay, what's the? It really was just about a project name, and actually, that's what's happening on AI too. It's like, what is the name of the project? Is it gonna pump? Are people shielding it? Like, what is the name? Nobody knows what it does. But versus this cycle, I think a lot of these narratives will continue to run. But let me tell y'all how early y'all are to crypto. So I'm not gonna lie. I was annoyed. I was annoyed because somebody I have been talking to about crypto for, I mean, months now. Like seriously, like for months, and trying to get them into crypto, explaining it to them what it is, blah 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 blah, whatever, whatever. And they're just not really trying to hear. You know how you talk to somebody about something, they just get quiet because they just want you to stop talking about it. And I'm not even the most pushy type of person. Y'all should know that by now. I was just trying to get them, educated on it so they don't, miss a chance at life changing wealth or whatever, right? Talking to them about it for months. I had no idea. And let me say this too. I feel like this person is pretty smart. So I had no idea that outside of crypto, because we're in crypto every day, that people, um, how do I say this? Okay, you know how we have Satoshi for Bitcoin, right? Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin. We have Vitalik Buterin for Ethereum. Like, you kind of see Satoshi as like kind of the founder of crypto, Bitcoin, and some people see Vitalik as, high up there. It's the second cryptocurrency, whatever. I had no idea that a lot of people in the regular world thought that crypto, for lack of better words, belonged to Sam Bankman Fried. Like all of crypto, not FTX, not Solana. They thought he was like the crypto founder, and he created crypto and the crypto scam. And man, I mean, I'm listening to the person. I'm trying to get clarification. It is texting, so it's not like a verbal conversation. So I'm trying to get clarification of what their point of view is. And I finally came to the conclusion that they really think that Sam Bankman-Fried is the like godfather or founder of crypto. They think that FTX is, because stocks or whatever, you have different exchanges. What they think FTX is the exchange where you buy crypto, and that's like the only exchange where you buy crypto. They thought crypto.com was like, I guess they thought it was a research website for crypto. They didn't realize that crypto.com, because it was talking about because FTX got one of the arenas was named after FTX as well as crypto.com. And so, yeah, their belief, they thought Sam Bankman found crypto and FTX was the only exchange you could buy it on. And all of crypto went down with FTX exchange, and crypto.com wasn't even an exchange to them. It was just they just thought it was some website that people talked about crypto on, like a crypto news site or whatever. This is how far behind people are in crypto, y'all. I mean, I couldn't even get to the next stuff that I thought I wanted to talk about, because they finally initiated a conversation about crypto. And so I'm thinking, okay, we about to have a good crypto conversation. Now that we didn't even get started. So as I said in the past, we have different knowledge of crypto. So let's see how this works over in the regular world with retail investors. Now that Sam Bankman-Fried is locked up, maybe they will find out that he is not all of crypto, and crypto is still going and still running. But it's crazy. So that's why I named it, the thumbnail Sam Bankman-Fried, which I thought was a good play on word. So anyway, but yeah, so now we kind of have him out the crypto sphere, whatever. Maybe people to start looking more into it, more retail investors. Because I'm gonna be honest, yeah, we want retail investors to come in late in the cycle and pump up our bags. But at the same time, I want some of the people I care about to get in crypto and realize that they can make money in it, and don't not to believe that Sam Bankman-Fried is the end all be all for crypto. This went on to another anyway. That he's not just the beginning and the ending of crypto. But anyway, sentenced to 25 years in prison for orchestrating the FTX fraud. At the same time, I'm gonna say what I always say. I still feel like he was a pawn. They just used him as the face, and he's a lot of y'all think, oh, he's smart, he's manipulative. Dude, don't look too bright to me. I don't care what none of y'all say. Maybe he know how to code or whatever, but he's not. Nothing about Sam Bankman tells me that he's all the way right in the head. So I think he's a little slow. I'm sorry, I'm just not trying to be demeaning, but I feel like bro's a little slow, and they just threw him under the bus, and now he got 25 years behind bars. So dude went from blockchain to the chain gang. Like that's wild, bro. That's wild. But I'm not gonna read the story. Y'all know the gist of what I mean. Dude is locked up. We're not gonna go too much deep into that. But anyway, that was just crazy. This was just happened a couple of minutes ago. So yeah, people think Sam Bankman-Fried is the founder of crypto, and they think it's something he created to scam people. Man, it's wild. So just with me having that knowledge now and seeing that person thinks like that, some people are probably not going to get into crypto until the next cycle. So we can't even look forward to some of these people coming in this cycle if that's their point of view of crypto, and it's going to take a while to wean them off that mindset. Excuse me. So here it says, I'm sorry, I didn't even share the tab. My bad, y'all. It's acting up. Oh, breaking news: Sam Bankman-Fried is sentenced to 25 years, ordered to pay $11 billion. Full recap of the court incoming. The courthouse was packed. Things started a little later. Sam Bankman-Fried entered the courtroom in a beige jumpsuit, sans handcuffs. Around 9:30 a.m., prosecutors milled about with super high tension in the courtroom. Another 10 minutes until Judge Kaplan showed up. I was gonna read all this, but I'm seeing how much y'all know what happened. Dude got time. He got time. It was more interesting the first time I read it, maybe because it was in my imagination. But yeah, anyway, he's got to pay 1.7 billion in harm to investors, 1.3 billion to lenders, and 8 billion for customers. I hope they get their money back, but we gonna see how that plays out. I'm pretty sure, like I said, he was a pawn, and the people pulling strings behind the scenes. I'm pretty sure they made the right moves to make sure they keep the money. I'm pretty sure some people get some money back, but I don't think people are going to get all their money back. I hate to say it, but um, bring it back to my point again. We had KuCoin, and we had this with FTX, and these people lost their money. I'm gonna say it again: get your money off the exchanges, get your crypto off the exchanges. Stop being lazy or thinking you're gonna lose stuff on gas fees. Man, I got 200 tokens of this, and if I send it to my cold wallet and they charge me gas fees, then I'm only have 190. I think you much rather have 190 tokens than have zero tokens because something like this happens. So, once again, with KuCoin, I mean, I like them. Hopefully, I can, you know, buy some stuff early on there. I wish we had it back, but at the same time, if I was to do it, I'm immediately sending it to my cold wallet. Anyway, so yeah, Bitcoin is I'm not even gonna talk about people. People, listen. I know people just when it's Twitter and they got YouTube channels, they just need stuff to put up. So even yesterday, like we briefly touched 69, and people just be saying stupid stuff, man. It annoys me. But I guess, like I said, they gotta be they gotta talk about all the drama stuff to get people to click their Twitter links or their YouTube channels. And Thomas, I mean, we headed to 50K now. We really okay? I'm gonna just leave that alone. But you gotta watch that. So anyway, this news story: Bitcoin accumulation hits decade high among shark cohort. Pretty much just talking about like the people that's got a lot of money with us, not just institutions in the Bitcoin ETFs, people with high net worth individuals. To make it simpler, millionaires, billionaires, the people with the money have been starting to collect Bitcoin. And as you know, I mean, the Bitcoin halving is now they're shooting for the date of 420. I haven't even I rarely research and see where it's going to fall at. All I know is this month or next month. Excuse me, not this month, April or May. But they're saying right now, a lot, Jesus, a lot of people right now saying 420 is the date, and so people know once the halving comes, coming up to the halving, and when the halving comes, there's going to be a lot of people, reporting it in the news. And like I said, back to what I was just saying about Sam Bankman-Fried, I've been trying to talk to this friend about oh, that's the part I left out. So I've been trying to talk to this friend about crypto for a long time. Then they saw the news today about Sam Bankman-Fried. So no matter how much it comes from my word of mouth, I can even try to send them news articles. It's like they have to see it themselves some kind of way. But on top of that, the same person I had been sending, hey, I know you may not know who this is, but this guy's name's Larry Fink. He's the CEO of this company called BlackRock. Explain to him what BlackRock is. Show them what BlackRock is doing. Show them actual verbal interviews of Larry Fink talking about Bitcoin and stuff. They was not trying to hear it. But I guess recently a lot of people they've been putting out news articles about BlackRock and Larry Fink, and RWA or whatever. And it's just like sometimes it pisses you off it pisses me off because I'm like I'm a smart person, you know what I'm saying? But anytime somebody sees somebody personally talking to them about crypto, they think it's like some kind of multi-level marketing I don't know what they think. They think it's some kind of scam or something. So they got to hear from another source. I ain't gonna lie, I'm offended, but it's just how people work. But once again, these people are going to be late to the game, and as some of my friends say, sometimes you just got to let people be exit liquidity or whatever. I hate to, I'm not that type of person because I like to see everybody win or whatever. But it just is what it is sometimes. So I'm sorry. Well, I guess I should have covered that on this slide. That's what I was talking about. So how I guess they started seeing in different places or whatever. And this is on Forbes. And this article is a little bit older, but it's talking about BlackRock's $10 trillion token. Let me say this for real. They control about that much. It's amazing see how they sensationalize articles. And I know this may be good for us, but that's what I always try to tell y'all. When y'all see people sensationalizing stuff on Twitter with their headings or in their YouTube videos, don't fall for that crap sometimes. Like even people saying the other day, like Base is doing more volume than every blockchain put together. I was like, okay, I understand the volume is going up. Cool. Yes, it is. But don't be lying and sensationalizing stuff. But that's what catches people's attention. So yeah, they control. I think BlackRock controls about 15 to 16 trillion in assets. I might be off, but I think it's somewhere around there. But then you see how they flip this whole thing and say BlackRock's $10 trillion tokenization vision. That doesn't mean everything that they're controlling as far as asset managers is going under RWA and but this sensationalized stuff that's what gets people's attention. I get it. I'm not wired like that. So that's why I say even when I'm talking to you guys in the group, I'm trying to see. It doesn't mean that I'm smarter than anybody, but I just think differently. I'm not triggered by some stuff. So I'm always trying to look at the market and see how other people are thinking. So that's how you kind of make up your investing strategy or whatever, how you invest in stuff. Even as I've been talking about in the group the last couple of days, some stuff been pissing me off or whatever. I gotta stop saying it, but making me upset or whatever. But I'm like, okay, let's see how we can play this game so we can still make money at the same time, but still being careful or whatever. Because the game is being played so much differently this cycle. It's been played a lot different. You know, I mean, I know it's player versus player, but man, some of the stuff I'm seeing is really grimy. It's like really grimy. I feel like we're at the beginning of the cycle, and people already abusing people's exit liquidity and just unknowing people. They won't know what's going on. Like I said, it's two AI projects. One is already ran, and another one they trying to push. And I'm just like, come on, y'all! Like, look at this. You can tell this thing is fake or whatever. These people, and I finally saw somebody say everything. I'm starting to think, even though I just touched 1,000 subscribers, I'm trying not to say this because it sounds like conceited or whatever. But I'm starting to think a lot more people watch my channel than I be thinking. Because I saw another big. I actually respect him. He's pretty cool, but I saw somebody like spit out verbatim what I be saying on my streams about the made up projects and the made up sites. All of a sudden, the Twitter's popping up, and I was like, I feel like you've been watching me, bro. I feel like you've been watching me because I know what you usually talk about, and you usually talk about this stuff. But it's at the same time, if it's factual information, other people going to catch on soon too as well. So, um, yeah, soon y'all won't think y'all like, man, this dude's scary. Like he's not invested in all these projects. I mean, they fake. I can't take that chance. I don't like losing money. I'm not the type of person to just be like, even when I know it's a good project, to be honest, and it goes down like 50%, I'm chill, right? I'm chill about it, and I'm like, I believe in this project. It's going to go back up, but at the same time, I don't like it just as much as anybody else, right? So, but I'm not that type of person. I'm just keep throwing gambles out there, like, oh, it's cool. All I need to do is catch one. I don't invest like that. I'm like, I want to make sure everything we are in is good, and it's if one of them like do astronomical numbers, but I need all these to perform. I don't do that slick gambling stuff. And I understand people say, yeah, well, if you don't, if you're scared money, you don't make money. Yeah, but you gotta, you gotta really, you gotta know what you're talking about, know what you're doing, man, and get into right projects. I'm gonna slip by this one real quick, but just in other news, and maybe my friends will see this soon. But it says, Google just allowed people to start searching Ethereum addresses and whatever. Now they allowing wallet address searches for Bitcoin, Phantom, Arbitrum, I think Optimism, and a couple of other ones. It says, well, let me read some. It says Google recently opened up new functionality to search blockchain data on Bitcoin, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Optimism, Polygon, and Phantom networks. Google now allows users to search balances of wallets on Bitcoin, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Optimism, Polygon, and Phantom blockchain. The search results when typing in wallet addresses display the remaining token balance in a wallet per network and the time the balance was last updated. It's kind of interesting, but just like we said, we like blockchain because of transparency, but this is too much for me, to be honest. Just reporting on it, but that's why I have. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I got so many wallets. Some people may think they found a wallet, but nah, that's like one of them. I literally probably have. It's got to be over 40 wallets, to be honest. But yeah, it's just weird. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping this doesn't get to a point like that's why I don't like what is it Arkham. I don't like that project, man. I don't care what it pumps or what it does. That and WorldCoin, I hate both of them. I think both of them are stupid. But anyway, it is what it is, ain't it? Um, oh yeah, and this is along the lines of that's why I be trying to tell my friends like, while you up here talking about, oh sorry, I gotta go back to it because it is the big news. But so not only did they think their limited view of crypto was thinking that Sam Bankman-Fried created crypto, all of crypto, and the FTX was the only exchange. They also just they have him just clamped in all this stuff. They think he's the founder of NFTs too, and just like, yeah, he ran the NFT scam thing too. And what it's just weird. But I've been saying on the channel how they did. I don't care what nobody says. It was a paid campaign to send around bearish news about NFTs in order to get people to look at all of crypto in a poor light, so they would be scared of investing in crypto. I'm telling, this was a paid campaign. I saw the same type of ads on multiple like social media pages or whatever, and it worked on people. And they think Sam Bankman-Fried is the founder of NFTs too, and he was scamming people with those cartoon pictures or whatever. But I'm saying this all to say that while they're scaring retail investors out and some of your friends and family that probably argue with you that crypto's a scam, you got Morgan Stanley over here, and the people, the top dogs, are educating their people on it, their clients and their friends on it. It says Morgan Stanley is already sending educational material to their clients, a sign that they are preparing to provide clients access to Bitcoin ETFs. This is the Wealth Investment Management Division, which oversees $6.6 trillion in assets owned by 6.8 million households. It's about $1 million per household. But it's just this would like it's like there used to be the game that you had to be rich to get richer. Like you had to be over $1 million, whatever, to be a accredited investor to get in early to some of these things. But now, people who are not as rich can get rich, but they still don't have the information, or they're being flooded out of the market or whatever. The same time, like Jamie Dimon, man, I ain't gonna say nothing because I mean he is who he is, but I don't like dude, so I can say that. But the whole time he's scaring people out. JP Morgan, the company, is got their hands in so many. They got a blockchain. They got their hand in so many different crypto pots. But Jamie Dimon, the CEO, is just always talking bad about Bitcoin. He's a bad liar. I don't even like his eyebrows. Let me stop. I really don't like that dude. The thing about me, I hate when people are scammers, but they're also bad actors. It's like you really insulting my intelligence, because you're scamming, but you're not even doing, like, you're a terrible actor, dude. Like, he's a terrible actor. But anyway, man. But at the same time, they scaring people out. This is what they're doing, educating their people. I want to get deeper into this one. I should have read into this one a little bit more. It's just Vitalik Buterin talking about, I can't even get into that today too, because it's a little too deep. And before I break down some of this stuff, I want to like think how to word it so everybody can understand it or whatever. And I'm not trying to say nobody's not smart or anything, but some of this stuff is really crazy. I know people in the space, like some of like they don't be understanding some of this stuff themselves, so I don't want to be trying to talk about it on streaming. It's just like wasted time, because if you're not understanding what I'm saying. um what is this one here? Mhm, mhm, mhm. Oh, okay. It's just really some bullish news on Taiwan. I was reading early that allowing them to kind of come more into the crypto space. Um, we'll see what comes of that. So it's really just the beginning stages. It's not really full blown yet. So we just gonna wait. We don't want to get too excited about something that's not fully going through yet. Um, Oh, this is something about Vitalik talking about meme coins. I don't. We'll see what happens with that. But in line with what I was saying earlier about the whole Sam Bankman Free thing, and I've been saying this for a while, that I'm not too bullish on buying any NFTs this cycle, unless it's something that I just genuinely like. I think it's a dope NFT, and maybe they do have a dope team behind them, right? Maybe they got a dope team behind them. And they got, maybe it has some use cases in the future, but it's got to be NFT that I like. I'm not in the market of buying NFTs to try to flip them. I'm sorry, but I know it could come back around. I'm pretty sure it's going to have some kind of pump, but I'm not interested in the NFT game this cycle. There's some projects like NFTs and games. When you talk about stuff like that, NFTs and games and different use cases. But just to say I'm holding this for whatever reasons, and Board Apes Yacht Club was one of the biggest ones with a lot of money, and they had all these meetings that you could come to if you had it. But anyway, this Dabo says, it is with heavy heart I announce the sale of my long-term ape Salazar. Most of my early followers know me as this ape. My kids know me as this ape. I met my wife when I was this ape, and had my first kid when I was still proudly wore this ape. By extension, it is a part of me. I traveled around the world with this ape in my pocket. We went to the most luxurious hotels, the craziest nightclubs, and the most serene, sorry, y'all, beaches. We had it all. Unfortunately, what Blur is doing to apes is frankly unacceptable. Since the creation of Blur, the ape floor price has tumbled 85 ETH down to 12 ETH. 2 weeks ago, myself and around 15 other high ranking ape members gathered at a recent international, it sounds like some Illuminati stuff, gathered at a recent international ape workshop in Miami. And on behalf of the community, we wrote and delivered a notarized letter begging Pac-Man to stop this nonsense at once. We outlined three key terms the apes were demanding of Pac-Man. Effective immediately, Blur should be shut down, and all NFT collections affected should be refunded a part of their floor price, at the time Blur was created. A written apology to Yuga Labs and the community. Sell all Remilia assets held by any members of the Blur team and publicly denounce. Oof, I'm gonna say my names. As of today, March 28, 2024, Pac-Man has refused to acknowledge our letter. I have no choice but to sell my ape and retrieve some form of financial value before it trends to zero. Thank you to everyone in the ape family who has been sending me messages over these last few days. I love you all. I hope one day we meet on the other side. Until then, goodbye. Wow, that was really sad. I know you probably wonder why did I read that whole thing, but it just shows you kind of what's going on. Like Board Ape Yacht Club was like I said, like the big one of the biggest collections. You know, all these millionaires and celebrities had them, and you would have to have an ape if you wanted to show up at a party or a meeting and stuff like that. So if this is happening to them, a lot of people called it. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people who were calling it, yes, they were haters, right? Because they didn't buy it when it was cheap, and they seeing people sell the pictures for $500,000 and all that kind of stuff. Even Kevin Hart recently sold one of his or whatever. But we kind of saw this coming or whatever. Is it a way that you can sell and buy art? Yeah, of course, a lot of y'all gonna shout out money laundering. Yeah, we know that too. But it's a way that you can sell and buy art. But it just was kind of really abused once people saw what Bored Apes did. Then you had DJ Apes and you had the Crypto Punks and all these different ones or whatever. And so people started abusing, like, okay, we're just gonna flip these, and it's really just using people for the money, and it really didn't hold the same like sentimental value that it had before. But yeah, so just let y'all know what's going on. I feel like this is news because some of y'all might just be coming back in like, ooh, I know NFTs was hot last time. I'm a flip NFTs this cycle. It's just not a game I'm playing. I'm not. No matter how much extra money I have on the side, it's not a game I'm gonna play. I'm not trying to flip NFTs or whatever. Just buy these tokens, buy them early, and get the crap out. Make this money, go home, retire. So I'm almost done. It says largest USDC inflow ever. 1.4 billion of USDC just moved into Coinbase is a strong buying pressure incoming. Yes, of course it is. The halving is coming up. It's about to get crazy. It says on January 9th, 2023, a deposit of 1.3 billion USDC happened right before the price surge from the cycle low at 16,800. So it's about to get crazy, y'all. That's why I said we definitely getting into position. I'm holding my positions. I know the pump is coming. And let me say this too. I keep trying to explain this to people. If you haven't been in the cycle before, you got to really listen to what I'm about to say. And I've said this before. A lot of people, let's try to say this clearly and try to be short with it. So a lot of people will tell you like, well, if you see something pumping now, then it's a kind of, like a prerequisite or showing that what's coming for the future, that this is going to be a good performer this cycle. Listen, that is very true. It's very true. It could be. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is what I've seen before. If your project has been sitting still, right? And you like, man, this junk ain't moving, man. I want to get out of this. I want to go get over here and this was pumping. Number one, you can get into it. It's after it's pumping and then it dumps on your head. Y'all all know this. But what a lot of people seem to forget is when you're sitting in a project that is a good project and you have conviction in it and you're holding it, once the heat of the market starts, all right, and your project starts pumping, wait, let me go back. Okay, let me go back here. So if you're in a project now, let me give you some numbers. I'm gonna give you some numbers. So let's say a project, you see it at 15 million or 20 million, right? You see it right now, and then in past week or the next coming up week, you see it pump to 200 million. That is good, right? And you're saying, hey, this shows there's going to be some promise to the project. The things that are good is it pumped early and it could show promise to the project. Number two, it could say, hey, there's $200 million worth of a community here that's going to pump it to other retail investors once they come into the market. Okay? That's all good. It's not bad. But let me show you something else that I've seen before. And this is why I invest the way I do. Because I probably ain't said this before. Clear enough for you to understand. So now that's one scenario. Okay, that happens. The scenario I like is I'm in a good project that I have conviction in. I know it's a good project. It may be sitting still right now. But once it starts pumping in the heat of the market, nobody ever sees it pumped from 20 million to 200 million, then stall out, because that's what happens. You pump from 20 million to 200 million, it's a 10x, then it stalls out. People are like, oh, who's taking profits? I don't know. You gonna take profits? They gonna say, I don't know what to do. I might want to sell. And so what happens when they pump early, they stall out sometimes. Once again, the bullish thing is it has $200 million of a community that could keep pumping it. But once your thing starts pumping in the bull, people, all you know is up, because everybody's, it's still going up, and it's a psychological thing. Usually when they start pumping late like that, they're going to usually keep pumping. And so whereas the people before, you got a quick 10x and you're like, hey man, we went from 20 million to 200 million, all we need is another 10x. That's completely true. That is a true statement. But instead, you might have to wait for that pause. It sits there at 10x for a minute, you got to wait for the next 10x to come. Versus when you get in and it starts pumping during the bull, you fly right past that 20x to 50x and the 60x and the 80x and you're 120x. That's how it usually works. That's some deep alpha. I shouldn't even say that on the channel, bro. That's some serious alpha. I know somebody gonna steal that. I know who's gonna steal it too. Some other people might steal it too. But I'm trying to tell you, if you've been in the cycle before, you know that's how it works. There is no stoppage, because everybody's like, that thing's moving. Then the next day, because the market is hot, more people are coming in and saying, this day, hey, look, bro, this one's been moving. And he telling the next bro, this one's been moving. So day after day, people hearing this one's moving, this one's moving. So it never stops moving. And it just like goes up in a straight line. But anyway, so I'm not saying it's bad that the project pumps too early, but like I told you, I said it again. I don't care what it does from here. I was like, I see people saying like it was like alpha. Man, everybody was in Nakamoto. Man, I got in Nakamoto at the dirt bottom or whatever and got the crap out. Man, I got out at, like I said, I think it was like $1.87. I don't really care what Nakamoto does from here. I have no ambitions to get back into that project. I just feel like it pumped early. It was one of the projects from last cycle, and I'm not fudding it, but I'm just trying to give you some perspective. Like, yeah, some people saying all you got to do is another 10x, but I'm like, I'm not trying to hold Nakamoto right now. There's so much other stuff that's coming out. There's so much stuff that's already on the market plus coming out. So I don't know. Maybe the community. Well, the community was crazy definitely during the bear market. So maybe they can continue to pump it. But sometimes people think like, oh, my token's not moving, so this must be bad. Oh, I didn't even share that tab. I was just reading. I'm sorry. I stay doing that. I just stay on the tab for too long. But yeah, once you be in the market, you kind of see that's how it works, man. You just that's that stuff when people be just saying just straight up. A lot of people use that term now, but ain't nothing really straight up. I think WIF has done pretty good. It's been pretty straight up. But another thing for me though, say even since the bottom of WIF, like it really hasn't been too many tremendous gains. Because most people started out around. I guess it's pretty good. It started out about 35 million, but it's cool. But anyways, so yeah, let me get to some of these comments over here. PC said, "Happy start to a new day, Zoe. Happy start to to a new day to you. Well, hopefully everybody's feeling good. Man, my Friday is not gonna be. It's gonna be a busy Friday. As soon as I get off stream, I gotta start I gotta do some other work today, guys. So I'm gonna be in the group a little bit more. But, I mean, a little bit, but I got some work to take care of. I got a big move coming, so. But yeah, Saturday is just my relaxing day, but it is not gonna be. It's gonna be a work day for me. Anyway, Lucas said, "Good morning, brother Zoe. Hope you are well and ready for the altcoin run soon." All right, yeah. Oh yeah, I was just talking. Yeah. I think it's definitely coming, especially all that USDC coming on to Coinbase. It's about to get crazy. I think. Precarious said, "Hey Zoe, what will happen if SEC issues a lawsuit against Ethereum being a security?" I'm not studying that mess, man. They already said it wasn't security. They just be saying any trash they can to try to slow down the market. I'm not worried about that at all. Like zero worries about that at all. Like not even 1%. Like it's not even a thought on my mind, to be honest. They're gonna do whatever they can do to try to scare people out, because we know better. Like the people outside the market don't know. It's like Sam Bankman they knew Sam Bankman was about to get time, so they got to create something else to slow the market down. That's what I've been saying on the stream. There's so many things that's showing me that I believe like a lot of people are afraid, and I see a lot of people bouncing back and forth about this being a shorter cycle, maybe shorter than usual, but not as short, not like the end of this year or we got some time. So they trying to do anything they can do to stall the cycle and make it run a little bit longer. So, and it's cool with me because I want time to accumulate. Like even now, I'm really, I really want this thing to slow down so I can accumulate. I'm really waiting for my Milky Way airdrop, man. And it's hopefully some more Celestia airdrops from me staking and stuff. So if I can get one of those, that'd be really nice. Hopefully, I'm hoping it's a good airdrop and it's not one of those like StarkNet was trash. A lot of these airdrops are trash because people just trying to follow the narrative because Celestia and some other people did it, but some of those airdrops not even worth it, to be honest. And I know people that's all they do is airdrop farm, and that's cool if you got time to do that, but I don't have time to chase airdrops. But yeah, listen, all that came out of you asking what questions, but that's how my brain works. Chuck said the FUD last bear was very strong. If you get your news from the news, your perception on crypto from TV news, you're barely finding out about the ETF. Yeah, they have no idea. They still don't even know about that. A lot of people still don't know about the ETFs or how deep BlackRock and a lot of other traditional finance are in it and trying to get their own ETFs and all that kind of stuff. So it's just, I mean, it's really hard trying to convince people when everything around them from news to social media is telling them that they tell me, man, my friend Zoe trying to scam me because everybody else saying this thing is a scam. And so why is Zoe the only one talking about it? And once again, a lot of people think they have this perception that they think is like a multi-level marketing thing or whatever. So they like, man, Zoe trying to get me on his multi-level marketing team or whatever. And they don't understand it. Does I'm like, I try to say it as much as I can, as often as I can, that hey man, this is a self-custody thing. This is not something that this is not something that I'm sorry, this is not something that you have to team up with me on. I don't get no profits out of anything that you make or whatever like that. So it's hard to explain that to people. Natty said thoughts on. To be honest, I haven't looked deep at it, but I think there's a little conglomerate, and there's one main influencer that I feel like it's sort of decent, but they're really teaming up with. I've been saying this for weeks. Ain't nobody been listening to me. They've been teaming up with other people that are influencers and who are known scammers to pump a lot of these AI projects, man. I'm gonna look deeper, but I feel like it's just another just polished up looking fake AI play. That's what I think. But that's what Chuck. I'm gonna tell you that's what I feel about that. Chuck's talking about it too, but that's what I feel. I'm gonna look deeper into it, but I talked about I think two of them in the Patreon. But I mean, if it's making you money, that's cool. But it's definitely a put together. It's definitely a put together project by these guys or whatever. Because I was looking at the people that was on it when I first started hearing about it. And of course, to be honest, like everybody hopes they were, you get into something like that early and you make money because we are here to make money. But I don't. It depends on how far they're gonna push it. Because I'm gonna be honest, they got like six of them right now. They're all made up, but they all been pushing. Like, look when they came out. Look how the Twitter feed was. Look at all that stuff, and you can tell that it just came. They just, it's just contrived and made out of nowhere. But if you're making money, that's why I'm not even saying the names. But if y'all making money on it, that's cool. But just be careful. No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. And like I said, this cycle is gonna be a lot of these made up projects, man. And if you do a decent enough, yeah, and they all, you know what? I didn't even realize they look this similar. I talked about one project in the Patreon and this one. They barely even changed the graphics. That's why it's the same team making these, but they know people not gonna go this deep. I gotta go deep. I gotta go research because I gotta tell my Patreon about it. I gotta make sure they're protected and whatever I mentioned. Once again, yeah, we can say all that not financial advice we want to say or whatever. But the truth being, I'm put out buy alerts and you guys like, okay, I feel like I trust those research or whatever. Yeah, the more I just looked into it, the more I know it's just like they got four of them right now. They got four of them right now that they just all got together and it's like, hey, I got a following behind me. You got a following. Let's pump this mess. People gonna FOMO into it because it's an AI narrative, but it's definitely a made up project, guys. But I mean, make your money, take out your initials or whatever. Anyway, as you said, I don't think 25 years is fair to the people that lost everything and the people that. Let me tell you something. I'm not a person that and I'm not saying this to you, but I'm prerequisite to what I'm about to say. I don't really. I try to stay off bad news and try to keep my energy as high as possible. Like even when I say I deal with some of the stuff I dealt with on this channel, I try to like not focus on it too much and keep good energy around me. So I didn't even know that people had unlifed themselves because of this. That's really trash, man. I didn't even know that. Like I know I research crypto, but I don't be caring to go that deep into these stories. So I didn't even know that. That's really messed up there. Huh? Okay, I don't know what that's about. Anyway, um, but yeah, that's messed up. I didn't know that. That's real messed up, man. I see why people, have a hate from. I mean, obviously, I know why they have a hate for him, but and not like I said, I'm not excusing him, but I do feel like he was just chosen to be the face of, and he was a little slow to even. I mean, I guess the people that's probably controlling him is probably scared. It's just like Gary Gensler, man. Same thing. I keep telling y'all, Gary loves crypto, y'all. Don't believe that trash he be saying. He just be reading the script or memorizing the script. But Gary don't believe not one word that he be saying about crypto. Trust me. But yeah, that's messed up though. That is messed up. Um, Chuck said white collar crime gets off easy. That's true, definitely true. Um, Cactus said, "What's your thoughts on?" Man, let me tell you something. I know we probably got this from, but man, I was on that project last fall. Like we've been in that project. Like I said, we we bought in. I think we first bought in like $1.50. And we were buying it at like $1.06 and 97 cents, and it went a little bit lower. Some of the people got probably lower than 97 cents, but I'm really tired of people trying to steal my research and try to act like it's theirs or whatever. They can't even explain it. I'm not. That's why I said I'll explain it one day, but I'm not explaining it for them to take my explanation. Because if you really don't know what you're talking about with that project, it would be easily known that you don't know what you're talking about. So, yeah, I've been bullish on the project for a long time. I'm pretty sure I was one of the first people to find that project. But I'm gonna leave that one alone. Crypto chick said I stopped talking to people about crypto. They've started to think I'm crazy or trying to scam them. I guess they'll find out on Insta when I retire early and sipping cocktails on the beach. Yeah, man. I'm no for real, man. That's after a while I stopped. There's only one person that I keep prying. He's like my little brother, but I keep talking to him about it and trying to get into his head, man. I say it like 5 times ago. I'm not gonna say nothing else to him about crypto, but I keep trying to mention it to him. But we'll see what happens. It's sad, man. Like when you really be trying to help people, like I said, yeah, they think you a scammer and think you trying to get something out of them. Like like I said, they think it's like multi-level marketing, like you trying to get them on your team, and you just, hey, listen, it's we too far into the. I mean, we still early, but we're too far in the market for me to be focused on it now. I was like, I just got to spend my time studying, and like I said, my last 2 weeks, I've been busy doing so much. I barely been getting a chance to study like I want. So I cannot wait till next week comes and I'm more relaxed and settled back in. Because it's time to make money. They'll find out later. So it is what it is. Joe got said, "How do you feel about Mint Layer?" I'm not really bullish on any of like the BRC20 stuff, Bitcoin Layer twos. I'm not really bullish on any of that stuff because I mean that's not what Bitcoin was really created for, and I feel like people are trying to force something on Bitcoin. There's people who are trying to abuse the narrative, and then there's some people who are trying to actually are trying to do it. Um, so when I say not bullish, like I will, if I feel like there's a Bitcoin layer two or BRC20 project that could pump, I'll tell the group about it and whatever, and we'll get in it for a trade. But I'm always like, hey man, it's not my bullish narrative. But if I feel like we can make some quick money on it, then we'll do that. But I'm not really bullish on the whole Bitcoin layer two narrative. But I'm trying, you got to be wise in this marketing. If you see there's a place to make money, just go make the money and then put it back in stuff that you're more secure in. That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? That's what people say even about meme coins. If you make some money on meme coins, put it back into a legit project that you're bullish on. Don't try to ride them all to the top. But I ain't gonna lie, I got a couple that I'm trying to ride to the you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pause. But yeah, I got a couple that I'm trying to make some money on. And I'm trying to see where they go. So but yeah, that's all mint layer. I mean, it's cool. It's decent looking team, I guess, or whatever it could take. But it's not something I'm really bullish on. What's Blur? Blur is it's another like you got with OpenSea, Eden and stuff. Just another NFT platform, whatever. It's so much drama going on over there. I don't. Yeah, it's just another NFT platform. But um, a lot of people been taking like the royalties away. I think OpenSea did that too. Um, and so that's when a lot of people were moving to Eden. I think Eden is the favorite right now. I believe. A lot of people was mad because they said Magic Eden, whatever. It's all that competition. I'm just really not in that space like that anymore. I know a little bit here and there, but I don't be trying to be into all the NFT stuff. Chuck said all art is money laundering. Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to tell people that for years. Like, but no, it's you got to understand because the art has history behind it and blah blah. And once again, it's just like crypto. I just stopped talking to people about it. I like if that's their point of view. I just let them have it. Yeah, it's maybe the Mona Lisas and all that kind of stuff. But some of this other stuff, you just like somebody just like white, blue, and yellow paint on their butt, and they scooted across a piece of paper, and then they sprinkled paint, like that kind of art. So I'm like, bro, that's straight money laundering. Like we know what's going on. But people scared to say it because they, ain't trying to mess with those type of people, whatever. I look like we gonna have a quick stream today. We're almost done with the questions and stuff. Oh wait, we got another one. What is this one here? Question: What is the difference between a cold wallet and a node? Wait a minute. I've been having a lot of people on my channel asking about stuff that is not even related. Who have you been watching that even to even make a correlation with a node and a cold? Let me see. If I have words, then I'm equally secure in a cold wallet, even if I don't have a node, right? Who have you been watching? That's not even the same thing. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so cold wallet. Let's just start with cold wallet, the easiest one, because you don't even I'm just telling you, if you're asking this question, you don't even need to know what a node is. But I'll tell you. But a cold wallet is just where you hold your crypto at. You'll hear cold wallet, and then you'll hear a hard wallet. Let me see if I can let me pull it. I no, I should be doing this more often on here. Because I'll be talking like y'all just know what I'm talking about sometimes. Everybody doesn't. So this, come on, website. This is my favorite. This is my favorite cold wallet. This is Tangent. And so a cold wallet just means like you buy your crypto on an exchange, well, let's just stay easy. You buy your crypto on an exchange, and then you send your crypto to what you call a cold wallet or a hard wallet, which is where you can self custody your crypto. It's not on the exchange anymore. It's in. You have to take care of it. You got to make sure you don't lose your cold wallet, and then you have what you call is a seed phrase. You have a seed phrase in there, and so a seed phrase is like a 12 word, a 24 word password. Yeah, you just have to keep these words and keep them safe, because if anybody gets your seed phrase, then they can take all your crypto. But you have Tangent Wallet, which is my favorite, which is like a debit or credit card or whatever. And yeah, that's what a cold wallet is. You don't need to know what a node is. A node is like it's how you secure the network. Like it's how you see that. I feel like if you're asking this question, if I go ahead and talk about what a node is just go over your head. But you have nodes and validators or whatever. It's just how you secure the network. And I don't want to get too deep into that, but yeah, just know that the only thing you probably need to be worried about right now is a cold wallet, which is how you self custody your crypto. The other stuff is, they're not related at all, not even close. Natty said, "What's your research process like?" I know that's probably fully loaded question, man. I'll tell you, I don't tell people my research project because I mean process because, but like I said, I mean, I do it really. I do it like really bare bones. Like I'll find out the name of a project. Of course, you do like anybody else. You look at the project's Twitter, you look at their website, look at the backers behind it, the VCs, look at the team, look at the market cap, what the narrative is, how much it could pump. Then I start Googling the project, and sometimes I like Google people on the project, see who they are, if they actually legit and what they do. I do a lot more of this Google stuff. Like I said, I know some of these channels like I mean, not saying they're lesser for it, but some of these channels, like especially when they're bigger channels, when they get projects, they send them the paperwork on the project. They know literally everything they're talking. They just like almost reading, or they just remember what's in the paper. I got to go find all my information by myself and just figure out what it is. And that actually does benefit me sometimes. I know because it just it causes you to look more into the projects versus if you get in the paperwork. Sometimes you get the paperwork and it's just really not even true. Then you end up reading the paperwork or reciting it or whatever, and then you go to find out like, wait a minute, I don't know what this project is. I thought it was this, and then whatever, because one of my lady friends that's in crypto, she she is connected to another influencer or whatever, so she'll like be talking about a project and like, oh yeah, I heard about this project, whatever, and it'll be like it's been like 3 times so far that I've explained the project And she's like, "Are you talking about this project?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is what this is." She's like, "I thought it was this, that." And I'm not tooting my home, but I was right. And she wasn't wrong, but she didn't understand because like her friend is getting the paperwork on the projects like probably months before they even come out. So yeah, they're beating me to it, but they're not really understanding what the projects are. I have to go and break it down for myself. Like even with Celestia, a lot of people didn't even understand what Celestia was. Like they knew about it, maybe they got in the pre or private set or whatever, but they didn't fully know what it was. And then I like made a video about it on my channel, and they're like, "Wait a minute, is what?" Like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it has its benefits and it has its downsides to it. But I research on a deeper level. But I will say, as I've been saying, the further we get in the cycle, the less time I have to research. And I have to create quicker methods. And I got to be like, even though I may say, hey, this might not look too bullish, like even one we just gave out, I'm like, I know this one can pump, but let's listen. As soon as we can, let's take out our initial investments or whatever. But let's see where it goes from here. It could go sky high. I never know. But I really try to research deep into the project, make sure it's a safe project to invest in, that we're not going to get rugged or whatever. But that's my research process. Okay, you said I'm looking at buying a node. What do you usually need to run them? For and I don't have time to run nodes. It's really hard to tell if they're going to be profitable. I'm gonna tell you, I know two right now. People's like, it's gonna be so great. Unless they have not been making money on them. So, and to be honest, one of them is not looking like is. I don't know if it's gonna be any good, man. I don't know if it's gonna be any good. I don't mess with that stuff. I don't. Yeah, I've never ran a node or any kind of thing like that. I don't. It's not something I bother with. To me, it's almost like NFTs. I just stay out the way. I stay out the way. Chuck said, "What do you look for in a team? Just like LinkedIn posts and stuff." Try to look at their. Of course, first you go to a website, see if they even have a team that's docs, right? Look at that, then you go at their LinkedIn, see what they had, if they have experience in the past, or if they just come in the blockchain from Chuck E. Cheese. Is like I don't know about that. So just trying to look at how much experience they have in there, who they're connected to, then seeing who they connected to in the Web3 space and all that kind of stuff, but. It's a lot of like I told somebody to say they asked this a while ago. Nobody wants to do the street stuff I do. Most people just go to the Coin Market Cap or Coin Gecko and be like, "Oh, it's a low market cap and it's in this narrative. I'm gonna just pitch it to my Patreon." Or even at best, they just go to Twitter or whatever. Even that's not enough. Like I know people been trying to like snipe stuff from phone out of here. I'm glad. Actually, as a reason, I canceled that last Twitter that people knew me for. But I'm glad I had my other ghost Twitters that have my actual stuff on there. But yeah, people trying to snipe stuff from my Twitter or whatever, and trying to act like they got alpha. It's really ticking me off, or whatever. Like I said, even with Space Mesh, people trying to act like they don't even know what the crap Space Mesh is. I'm just looking forward to the day when they try to explain what Space Mesh is, knowing they don't know. I'm telling you, and it's funny. Let me tell you this honestly. Even when I put in my buy alert, I explained it in a way with keywords that are not even, it's not a lie, but it's not true. It's not what Space Mesh is. And I know people try to steal it because they saw certain keywords like, oh, let me act like I got alpha on this because he said it's like this. That was just a brief generalization of what it could be pitched like. So I'm waiting for somebody to try to explain it like what I put in my buy alert because it's definitely inaccurate. The way they probably thinking of how Space Mesh works or whatever, but it's not how Space Mesh works or whatever. But not a lot of people see they throw out keywords like, "Oh, it's decentralized." Still have no idea what the crap they talking about. But that's what happens when you don't do research, and a lot of people just faking it. But yeah, to be honest, even for the nerds that I know in the space, they explain it from one angle, but they don't even really know how to explain what space mesh is. I'm not trying to say I'm the smartest person in space because I'm pretty sure I'm not, but I'm pretty smart, and I'm just like even like they'll talk about like, oh, this is how I run the excuse me, how I run the node or whatever, but they really don't understand like space mesh like that. So yeah, it's gonna be real interesting to see somebody try to fake this. But anyway, um, I went on a tangent there. Yeah, I did. But so yeah, feeling really good about this cycle or whatever. We're gonna see what this pump is gonna do with this pre-halving pump, after having pump or whatever, and definitely trying to get in some lot more narratives and stuff, and trying to get us making some money. I know we're gonna make some money on these other plays. Some of them we waiting for the market to catch up to us. One of them in particular, we got into, and that thing started pumping like a day or two later. I wasn't even expecting that, but like I said, a lot of times these things pump, and you don't know which one's gonna pump first. But if you want to get ahead of the pump, and not be chasing the narrative and like, oh, AI is hot this week, so now I'm gonna jump into it. We're trying to get ahead of the narratives, and like I always say, I've been saying this since day one on my channel. being early does not always feel good. Sometimes you like, do I know what I'm doing? Oh, this project's been sitting still for a while. I'm gonna sell out of this project and go jump into this one that's pumping. So y'all know the project I'm talking about. If you're in the Patreon, like that one project really ticked me off, and I exclaimed that. I mean, I told you that out loud. Um, Boy, that project really made me mad. I'm gonna be honest. I know it's still gonna pump, but the gains the gains potential has really changed. They really really getting on my nerves. Um, yeah, with how they run and stuff. I'm sorry, I was reading something. Natty said I've been hearing about folks getting scammed when trying to swap on Tangent. I saw somebody in the group saying something like they lost something. I'm gonna ask you this first. I'm not saying that's necessarily what it is, because I know Tangent is still working on. That's why I say I don't swap on there. I know that I keep saying every time I talk about the swap feature, I said it's dope that they're working on it, but I'm trying to wait till it's fully fledged, like a couple of months from now. But I know a lot of people have made successful swaps on there. But one thing I will say is that I keep seeing people say is I've been telling people from day one, get cold storage, stop leaving your stuff on exchange. Then I hear people like, oh man, now I got to get a cold storage because some of the exchanges shutting down. I'm gonna get it on Amazon. I don't care if it is the verified Tangent Amazon page. I never buy cold storage off Amazon, eBay, none of that stuff. I'll only buy it from the website. Yes, it's probably going to take longer, but I know a lot of people be trying to get their Tangent on Amazon Prime or whatever. But I wouldn't suggest that at all. I would always try to make sure I'm getting it on the website. I don't play those games. Yeah, I don't play those games at all. Um, so I don't know if that's why they're having problems or not, but I'll look into it. I got to get me another. I got so many cold wallets, man, but I got to get another Tangent soon. I'm gonna have too many to keep up with soon. But you got to stay secure. You can't leave everything on one wallet. I don't even leave everything on two wallets. It's like, yeah, I think I got a lot of wallets. So I got like hot wallets. No telling how many hot wallets I got for making transactions. But then I got probably like 12 or 14 cold wallets. Anyway, um, was there anything that suppressed Bitcoin last cycle? I mean, the whole FTX thing, and they said they was shorting the market or whatever, and it's probably a lot of different things I don't know about. It says the announcement of interest rate increases. Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, the interest rate increases, all that kind of stuff. Anything else, or not really anything specific? I mean, FTX shorting the market, all the scams they were running, interest rates were going to increase. There's a lot of things. Actually, I think we just talked about the last stream, whatever. But it was a couple of things that was going on. I mean, plus people getting scared that it's not going to keep going higher or whatever, and you know, pretty sure when you talk about suppressing Bitcoin, I don't even try to act like I know all that stuff. There's some things that were right up front in front of your face, like I said, the increase interest rates. But I wish somebody would act like they really know why, because that's all the big dogs behind the scene that's pulling the strings. We don't know what they're doing or why they're doing it. Chuck said, "Can you post the copycat websites for Patreon? Copycat websites? I'm not sure what you're asking there." Chuck said, "Were you saying that Blender site looks just like the other?" Yeah, man. I think I said it out loud. I was trying not to say it out loud, but yeah, I don't. It's contrived, but because of the people that's behind it, it's probably going to definitely pump. But it's just more made up stuff, man. They just making projects out of thin air, man. I mean, what can you say and do about it when people got that type of influence? But like I said, and the thing is, by the time they mention it to y'all, is actually under the same game they play with all projects. See, even if it's an interoperability project, a gaming project, you might think like, oh, or AI project. No matter what, DPEN, RWA, you'll think like, oh, they don't know about it. No, they know about it. They're trying to wait for the pump, and then once they get their bags accumulated, then they start pumping it. They start sharing it to you after 100 million market cap after it's already been pumped up or whatever. Um, so I don't know. I won't see how. I have to see how it plays out. One thing I will say is one project I talked about in the Patreon a while ago. I told you that their contract was messed up. Maybe I said it on the channel too, but that's another one that's just contrived and made up. But they felt like because it was connected to a certain other project that it's going to pump, and then they're all confused why this one isn't pumping. And to be honest, I'm confused why it's not pumping too. Maybe people are smarter in the space and looked at the contract and said something's wrong with this contract. But I talked about it in the Patreon and on the channel probably. I won't say it again, but that thing has not been moving. Like even though I knew it was made up, I thought the project was going to move more than it did. But it has not been moving much, and that's what I'm saying. The difference when it's a made up project, you could be excited that it's pumping, but it could stop pumping at any time because I mean, there's a lot of people shielding that project. They were shielding it for the last 2 or 3 months, I think it's did a 1x or 2x, but it hasn't done much more than that. But anyway, y'all be careful out there. If you want to join the Patreon, it's at patreon.com/cryptozo. I got a busy week ahead of me, so I don't know how much y'all gonna see me in the Patreon. I'm gonna always be peeking my head in there. But usually, y'all know, I'm chilling on the week anyway. You got to take a break. You workaholic, try to catch every coin, but I got to protect my mental. But I won't even relax this weekend. I got a lot of work to do. So, but y'all take care. I'll see y'all